Hello and welcome to my channel. I am Stephanie and this is the Romance Genreathon for the month of April's recommendations and my TBR. Romance Genreathon is a readathon that I am hosting for the entire year, in which I pick different categories of books so that you guys can get into the romance genre. This month is medieval, Victorian, and Regency books, and this was actually a little more difficult than I thought it was going to be for this month. I did have a couple books that have been slated on my TBR for a while, so I will go over those that I will be trying to read in this month of craziness, because if you've been watching my channel at all, you know that I am participating in VEDA, which is video every day, in April, and I got lots of things to do. Plus, my son's birthday is this month, and we have spring break, and there's just a lot going on in my life. So, reading. I read a lot, so I think I can tackle these. But here's my TBR for the month of April. A partial one, because you guys know I read more than just these handfuls of books. So the first book that I'm going to try and get to this month is Dragonfly in Amber by Diana Gabaldon. This is to continue on my Outlander books that I'm trying to read the whole entire series. As you guys may know or may not know, I think I may have put it in an Insta story or something like that, I'm changing the format of how I'm reading the Outlander series, and once I complete it, you guys will get a whole video of my thoughts on the Outlander series instead of just doing, you'll still get the simple wrap up once I finish a book, but I will then compile all those thoughts and feelings, because I have been recording on the off time, of how I've been feeling while I've been reading the books and stuff like that. I will also be trying to read the Heiress Effect by Courtney Milan, and this I'm placing under Victorian, I believe it's under Victorian. And then I will also try to read A Court of Mist and Fury, which is ACOTAR number 2 by Sarah J. Maas. I have been putting this series off, and I figured this is a good month to try and get back into that. And then finally, I found another medieval sort of interesting cover that I really thought I would enjoy, and it's called Chained by Ilsa Marion, I think it is. Name's on the cover there. I found this in my romance package and thought, I might be interested in this series, so I think I'm going to check it out. So here are a few recommendations of books that I have read already that I think you guys might like for this month of reading. And the first is going to be Romancing the Duke by Tessa. I enjoyed this book when I read it. There were times where I thought it was a little too snooty, but Tessa has this way of making her characters very relatable and her female characters very positive in their femininity and independence and everything like that. So I really enjoyed that aspect of it. A Rogue by Any Other Name by Sarah MacLean. Now, if I'm not mistaken, I'm pretty sure I'm on film saying that I didn't particularly care for this book, but I've read it and it fits into the Regency category, so you may like it more than I did. It just was not my cup of tea, but I would definitely suggest you to check it out if that is something you're interested in reading, is historical romance. Sarah MacLean is a huge name in the historical romance genre. For Victorian, I have read The Duchess War by Courtney Milan, and I really enjoyed this one. Our female character was very snarky and very sassy in her independence. She didn't want to get married, and she was hiding out to meet this guy, and he finds out that she's supposed to get married, and they have this sort of understanding, and it was just a really good time. I really enjoyed it, which is why I'm trying to read the second book in that series as well. The Highwayman by Kerrigan Byrne. I really enjoyed this one, even though I wanted to like throttle our main characters a little bit during this book. I was like, what are you doing? Why are you doing that? But I loved it, and I loved, by the end of it, I was like, yes, I was here for it. Totally here for it. Wanted to continue on with the series, and I have been, and I'm really excited about that. And then for medieval, even though it's not knights and dragons and things like that, I do suggest that you guys check out Outlander, which is book number 1 in the Outlander series by Diana Gabaldon. If by chance you can listen to it on audiobook, if audiobooks are your thing and you can get into audiobooks, do it, because the narrator for Outlander is phenomenal. Like, straight up phenomenal. She is what kept me and is what has me going through this series, because she's just that amazing. I love her voice, and I love that she pronounces everything so clearly and just beautifully, and it's just like a little song in my ear when I'm hearing her talk Gaelic and Scottish and that English accent that she has. It's just, I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. I loved it. It definitely pulled me into the story. And even though they are chunkers, don't fret. Don't fret, mon frere. I think I said that right. It goes by in such a flash, because her voice is just that phenomenal when it comes to reading that book. I mean, that's why I was scared initially for, you know, reading the series, because all them damn books is like 800 pages long. But whew, that 24 hours, no, 33 hours, I think, 33-hour audiobook for Outlander kind of flew by. I mean, it did take me, I think, a week and a half or something like that to listen to it, but it was great. It was great. Superb. So those are my recommendations and my TBR for the month of April. Will you be joining me in the romance Genreathon readathon, which is all month long? You can read those books, take your time with them, enjoy them, find something you love. Are you going to take any of my suggestions and read them? Let me know down in the comments. Have you read any of my suggestions or my TBR? Let me know what you thought of the books that you have read. As always, if you enjoyed this video, please give me a big thumbs up and subscribe to the channel. Thank you for watching, and we will see you guys tomorrow.